Team Grumpy. We'll be your shoutcaster still. I'm Keisaya and I'm with Eduardo.
And we're right into the draft pick right here. Really quickly already banning out two heroes coming in from BREN, VICTRESS, Kufra and Kaja being taken out. And we do see the last man coming in for Grumpy from Singapore. Kimi already taken out.
They got annoyed by the Kimi being so
Yeah.
mobile and dealing so much damage from afar. And, we also gotta respect the tank supports that will do the cover up and the initiation. And that's what actually BREN Esports VICTRESS has done. And now this time, I wonder what will... Okay, Grok ban. So
Grok
taking
ban.
out a lot of tank support.
Picking.
What would be the first pick right here?
Okay.
Usually they leave out Grok. What am I
This is
doing?
a comfort pick of Lu.
Yeah.
Harith, and we know that BREN Esports VICTRESS mage user is actually Lu, and giving this Harith for her might be a little bit of trouble unless probably they try to counter this out, or they probably take away the tank support heroes that can assist this Minotaur. Probably that could be a Minotaur, so I think the red team has to take away that Minotaur that could assist.
That-
Oh, there you go.
Very good
Minotaur.
prediction right there. Minotaur in second. I was about to say Mincetar because I do check out the stats previously. They do play a lot of Mincetar as well. So it could be a very good counter for Harith. But let's see. I mean, Lunox is pretty good mage pick. We do see Cloud being taken along with the Leomar top picks. So yeah, just no surprise.
Yeah, secure of the damage dealer so far for BREN Esports VICTRESS. They're gonna leave the last two slots for the tank support, but banning out a lot of tank supports from the draft that we have so far. What are the sustainable tank support that we have? We got Polaric, we got Akai,
That's fine.
Johnson might appear, and
Johnson might-
Lolita.
Johnson is kind of like a situational tank heroes, but the more normal ones, the meta picks will be like Akai, Minotaur.
yeah.
So they're gonna pick out all the tanks,
Your team
and
is
later on
dying.
they might want to ban out another tank. So they will be
Yes.
struggling with their tank picks, and they will have to pick like Balmon or something.
Or Tigreal.
Tigreal
yeah.
is pretty good, and Carry being taken
Your
out
team
because they
is
got the
dying.
Cloud already. So taking out Carry will force them to not have a marksman in this game.
Or probably go for the Granger that is situational.
It's
and
actually good. Granger is really good.
I think Granger is good when you got an overall good composition,
Yeah.
but alone as a marksman, it's not yet that comparable to the Claude as well as the Kimi, as well as
That's
the
true.
Carry. But okay, a Digi ban
Your
in here,
team is
really removing all sorts of
Support utility coming out because they already got so much. They have Harry to jump around Leomon as well.
Your team
Okay.
is picking.
Looking at so far in terms of crowd control source for the side of the red team, Team Grumpy. But okay, what's lacking? Definitely a tank support.
I'm
They're
liking
gonna
what
go-
they're
okay.
picking right now, getting a Cho and a Lolita. Lolita is pretty good against Lunox if she goes crazy
Yeah.
with the ultimate. But that's about it. There's no other projectiles coming in from maybe the Guinevere Psycho Ball, but
Psycho Ball.
Psycho Ball. But yeah, so far Lolita I don't see because Grog is banned, Minotaur is banned, Akai and Minotaur is being picked up. But I do like what's coming out from BREN VICTRESS right here, and I do like what Grumpy is doing as well. They're picking up a good mage, they're picking up two great tanks, they have a Guinevere as a
Right.
fighter mage, and they're lacking.
And I think for as long as you give the damage or the farm, the jungles, that Lunox, she can be deadly with the source of protection that she has in the form of the Minotaur as well as the Akai. She can just totally just free hit from the back line or anywhere else. But yeah, there you go. Team Grumpy going for a no marksman composition
No
once more.
composition yet again. They could have just gone for maybe a more chill marksman pick. Like even Clint would work.
Granger or
Granger,
Hanabi would work
Hanabi.
for,
But having this kind of composition it gives you a lot of early game. But yet again, one retribution this time around
finally.
on the Lunox. Finally, they learned their
Finally.
lesson on the first game.
Yes, indeed. We can see Ivy having
Two
that Purify.
Yeah, two purifies coming out from
Yes.
Leomot and Cloud. A little bit of the defensive spell for themselves because they do know Grumpy is they really love their team fights.
Yes, definitely. There's no top stopping, it seems, for the Claude as well as the Leomord having that Purify. As well as look at that, they got this emblem where that will allow them to farm very fast.
That's true.
But then again, I think there is a potential for both of the teams. I think for as long as Team Grumpy tries to end up the game as early as possible as they can win this.
That's true. And now we have the game 2 of BREN VICTRESS versus Grumpy, Philippines versus Singapore. Game 2.
Yeah.
Who's it gonna be?
Who is gonna be? But for the meantime, quick rundown of the teams and heroes that they have picked in here for Lou, or for the side of BREN Esports, we got Lou on the Harith, Michelle for the Leomard, Ivy for the Claude, Maddie on the Lolita, and Aizu for the Chu.
And for Grumpy's side, Singapore, we have Minotaur, Akai, Guinevere, Lunox, and Tamus,
yeah.
played by Eselov, Joy, Holly, Min, Bitgallen, and Joy.
Asphalok.
Eselov.
There you go. For the Minotaur, but
That's a really weird name, but I do respect the name.
yes,
I do respect the name.
definitely.
Good place, good place.
Still aggressive plays in here being done by BREN Esports. This is their strategy, even in the game 1. They try to starve out as early as they can, all of them, even the minion waves, even the neutral monsters, away from the jungle area of Team Grumpy. And I think Team Grumpy could have afforded to, do a counter jungle, or probably try to deny that counter jungle that BREN Esports actually is doing.
But they prefer to start out a little bit
Yeah.
standard, but they do have a slight goal advantage right here. They just started off standard, get their buffs, get their money crab, and
Yeah.
just go for their laning. Just standard. They don't want to make any risky plays, learning from the first
Yes.
game, because they know that BREN is going to be very aggressive. Maybe they're just trying to hold up and have that defensive position.
Yes, Wizard Boots definitely gonna help them out in terms of farming as fast as they can. Definitely, but
Ooh.
we got a team fight.
We got a team fight right here. Guinevere trying to get the XC kill. Ooh, the ball misses, and Chow did get away from that. 2 minutes in. Turtle is on right now. There's an option for Grumpy to go for the turtle.
Yes, it seems like they got the positioning here. They just have to try to pressure a little bit more this Leomard onto the top line. We got a rotation incoming.
Rotation coming in. 4-man versus 1. Leomard will be alone with his horse. Does he even have the horse? He does have it, but no chance at all. The horse passes by, and there you go. He goes down.
Yeah.
Turtle on the table for Grumpy right now.
Yes, but of course a vision being provided onto one member of the side of BREN Esports. Will they
They're a little
continue?
bit afraid. They're a little bit afraid right here. No level 4 coming in from...
Oh, they initiated the fight.
Ooh, nice ultimate coming in from Guinevere right there. But it looks like they're losing out the team fight. Look at that Harith just jumping around, doing a lot of damage. Lunox did get the turtle for himself. Wow.
I thought she's gonna get
That
a triple
turnaround.
kill, but it's okay. It is a kill secure in favor of BREN Esports onto that fight.
That Harith pick really paid off really well for BREN VICTRESS, and they just took it. I kind of missed who got a turtle earlier. I think I saw Lunox took the turtle, so it's turtle taken from Grumpy's side.
Red side,
Yeah, from the red
but
side.
then again, happily farming onto the bottom lane part of the map is actually that Claude. But meanwhile, a turret has been secured by BREN Esports pretty much easily onto the top lane. Well, although they do not have the DPS source from the top lane a while ago, them getting online with those kills from the turtle fight a while ago allowed them to have this Harith being onto the hands of Lu go online, and that is something.
Grumpy, despite having that team fighting composition, kind of loses out when Harith just arrives into the team fight, especially they lost the turtle earlier. Now BREN VICTRESS, they got the top lane advantage, and now because turtle is going to be spawned on the bottom lane, they might be rotating.
They're trying
down
to
for that.
bully this Leomard so much. Like a while ago, she was on the top lane, got bullied by 4 members from Team Grumpy, and this time she went onto the bottom lane part of the map. But hey, wherever you go, Leomard, where to go onto which side you are.
Lucky for him, he does have the Purify, tries to get away, tries to defend this bottom turret. Tries to go in, but no engage coming in.
Backup incoming.
But backup incoming. Oh, Lolita charges the ultimate, but hits 2 players right there. Look at that killing spree coming out from that Harith low, doing a good job, trying to take out that
more.
Akai. Double kill goes through. 5-2, 4 minutes in. BREN VICTRESS having that advantage for themselves, and they will be going for the turret.
Yes, and apart from that, the position is very good right now because the turtle has just woken up onto the side of the map, which they just contested. You know what? This is a good thing when you know the timers are in this game, Mobile Legends Backpack, and actually in any other MOBA games, wherein you must know when the turtle's gonna go up or when your opponent's buff is gonna go up after it dies.
They take them out at the right time, took the turret, and get a turtle for themselves. That's a huge boost for their gold. It's 13,000 versus 11,000 right now, and looks like they're going out for more. Cloud a little bit aggressive on that Minotaur. Minotaur, it looks like he tries to go in. Oh, misses the ultimate. Harif tries to use his ultimate in return, but look at the Guinevere, and Gay shutdown comes out. Double kill from that Lunox. 4 players took down
Wow.
2 on BREN VICTRESS, and looks like it's a comeback for the Singaporean squad. Lolita,
Oh, there you go with the ultimate.
and there you go. Lolita tries to defend it, but has to flicker away. 4 members of Grumpy just take it and double down on that middle lane turret. Leomot trying to fight the Tamos on the bottom side of the map. Just nothing will amount to that.
You can see Lunox getting the damage that she wants already. Like even actually, if this is just a level 1 or level 2 Lunox, she hurts already.
Yeah.
I mean, if you, especially if you're a squishy target, or maybe even if you're a tank, I mean that first kill is already hurtful as, you know, when you get hit. So
I do
what
agree.
more with this Lunox having the items that she
Lunox
needs?
and Guinevere, really good, good thinking coming in from the ladies from Singapore, and good play coming up from Guinevere as well. Keep constantly locking
Oh, there
2
you
to
go,
3
okay.
people. There goes the Harif ultimate, but he gets locked down.
Oh,
Guinevere has to
good
jump
targeting.
away. Harif, look at that gameplay coming out from BREN VICTRESS right there. Just takes out the competition. They're trying to take the turret for themselves, but you know what? Get out of my turret.
You can see in here, oh, Isa being a little bit aggressive on that part of the map. But you can see in here, one thing you will notice in here, on the side of FemaleEsports VICTRESS, is that Harith is always on a babysit mode.
And
Like-
it's pretty good position coming out from Harith. Only died once in the
There you
game.
go.
Oh, there you go. Just dominating the team fight right here.
Yes, indeed. Like, she got the Lolita always with her. And, oh, there you go, Minoan Fury, fight
Oh.
ongoing.
Nice ultimate from nice Minnow and Fury from the Minotaur. Only got 1 player, but that doesn't stop BREN VICTRESS from taking the turtle. They did not, open up the map and trying to take any advantage for themselves. It was like a defensive type of fight right there.
And the Claw doesn't really mind for as long as, she doesn't have any contribution in terms of the team fights in here. But her work is more of that of a lane pusher. But later on, she'll be joining the fight just like what is happening now.
Right here, Minnow. Oh, Minnow has to flicker away. Will that work?
Oh!
No! Nice ultimate coming out. But will he
Defensive
get
move.
away? Look at that Harry just
Unfortunately.
killing. Another killing spree yet again for low. Lolita charges up but did not connect the ultimate on any Grumpy members. But it looks like the rotations are still aggressive on BREN VICTRESS. They're going for the buff. They're trying to push up the top lane. Mid lane is coming in as well. Tamos will be trying to handle that. But meanwhile, Leomont just pushing and shoving down the bottom side of the map.
You can see in here, BREN Esports is actually always would respect the jungles,
That's right.
like just like the emblems that they would secure, as well as the spells that they would secure, the retribution, and of course picking up a composition that will manage to clear
Ooh,
waves
nice
faster.
knock-up coming in from Guinevere. It looks like it's going to be a comeback right here. Harry has been shut down and Mega Kill goes through for the Lunox. And now what's going on for BREN VICTRESS? They have been shut down by Cloud, just taking the turret on the top side of the map. 9-7.
Oh, very
9
fast.
minutes in, 4 turrets being taken by BREN VICTRESS. They got shut down, but does that matter? They got the objectives
Yes.
for themselves. They secured it. They had a little bit of misstep, got caught by Grumpy, but you know what? They can't really push it back to them. They can't really shove the creeps back.
The thing here, I think for Grumpy, they have to, they got the capability to go on doing some clashes, but unfortunately, I think they got to take this chance. We're in the Claude
Right.
overextending, but
Purify goes through. Leomot, a lot of damage coming out. Minotaur, good stop from Grumpy, but that's all for the crowd control. Akai is still there, but it is a defensive ultimate.
Oh.
Lunox trying to get out. He does not have the brilliance just yet. Whoa! not survive that. Shutdown goes through for the Leoma. This team fight is just back and forth, back and forth.
Yes, indeed.
And we'll see who makes the most mistakes, and looks like it's going to be a Lord for BREN VICTRESS.
Someone's watching over the window. But yeah, let's take a look in here. Minion waves clear are doing so well so far on the middle lane part of the map, wherein so far it is in the hands of BREN Esports. They will secure the Lord. There was no chance for the Thams to actually try to steal that. It's going to be very dangerous as well, because there were 4 members from the side of BREN Esports. So in case you try to attempt to steal that, you're going to give the Lord, plus at the same time, you're going to give yourself.
That's right. And Cloud is just happily farming all the time at the top side of the map. He took 2 towers down himself. He has the ultimate to clear the wave, and if any team fights and if any 4-man rotations are being done on the bottom side of the map, Cloud can just clear the mid lane. Just a lot of gold on his pocket right now.
Almost a 10k, pretty much near on that part, on that difference. You can see in here, Claude even getting that Athena shield.
Yeah, just to be safe.
Just to be safe.
Keep it safe. Keep it going. Has the golden star for the damage. He's ready for the late game.
Yes, definitely. You know, the Claw doesn't really mind not getting much kills, for as long as she works on pushing the lanes, because she's mostly doing solo. So she definitely would need that Athena shield to at least give some safety for her. But now the Lord is on the top, and they're actually pressuring all of the lanes at the moment. Happy death time for Team Grumpy this time.
They're trying to rotate towards the mid lane after taking the bottom side, bottom turret for themselves. BREN VICTRESS making that aggressive play. Lord is already not here, but they're still trying to clear the waves as fast as possible, shoving creeps in 3 lanes at the same time, so they can force Grumpy to choose which lane to defend.
Oh my goodness, the mid lane turret is about to fall down for as long as...
taking it in, slowly chipping away the turret HP. They're just rotating and waiting for the next Lord, so they're able to do that once again.
Yes, but I think though, still there's a hope for Grumpy in here, for as long as probably Lunox gets a free hit against the squishy targets from the side of BREN Esports. They have a potential to still make a comeback on this fight.
Yeah, they have to land, in terms of the Minotaur, have to land a perfect ultimate for Team Grumpy to follow up, and this is the moment they have to fight this, and they have to win this fight if they want to have a chance at all of coming back in this game. 12 minutes in, 11-7. 38,000 gold to 29,000 gold. Grumpy making a stand. Minoan Fury is available. Let's see whether Asfalov will be making that play, but BREN VICTRESS just respecting that and backing off really quickly.
Yes, because they can't just go way too aggressive, even though they got the lead.
Turn the game around.
Yes, it could potentially turn the game around. But meantime, what they have actually done is to clear all of the waves on the top, because primarily this would be their next target.
Yes.
If not the Lord, they gotta gain control in such a way that when the time goes wherein they got a Lord already, at least the flow of all the minion waves are there.
That's true. And now what Grumpy's got to do is just, well, like you said, they have to shove. They have to clear the creeps as fast as possible, so they don't have to deal with the creeps when Lord is available. And it is preferable for Grumpy to just take them out before Lord spawns, so they're able to make a sort of comeback after they take maybe they catch 1 or 2 players off.
We got 1 member from the side of BREN Esports on level 15 already, and no one is like that yet onto the side of Grumpy. So damage-wise, you can see there's so much harassment that this BREN Esports team can do. And they're focusing on the turret right now.
And they're focusing on the turret. Akai tries to push in Chao, and then gets a kick on, but look at that knockup! And the ultimate from Lolita, that was a clean team fight. But the Minoan Fury tries to counter, but it did not change anything. BREN VICTRESS will focus on the turret in Philippines.
And there you go, a 2-0 score on this best of 2. Best of 2 double round robin match. 3 points will go to the side of BREN Esports. Meanwhile, 0 point for Grumpy. But that's okay because we still have a lot of match that's going to happen for today. Meanwhile,
that Harif pick really paid off for them, and I felt like Grumpy was just they kind of missed it because they were focused on banning out the Kimi, and just Harif just slipped right through to its BREN VICTRESS pocket.
This is the problem, like when you give a very comfortable hero to your opponent, and Lu actually her best pick is the Lunox, and that's one of the things that you have to study as a professional player. Like, okay, we have to know what are the comfort picks of this player
That's
or
true.
this team. But then again, overall, I think it did pay off for the rotations and the strategy that Brent Esports pulled off. For in okay, we know that the Claude is a marksman. Sometimes you would think, okay, the marksman would deal all of the kills, all of the
Mhm.
damage, but then again, they just use the Claude to actually push the turrets.
Yeah, Claude is like a fail-safe. If
Mm-hmm.
in case your early game doesn't work, Claude's job is to just farm up, get the gold, get the items, and do damage, while the tank just trying to soak up the damage as fast as possible in case you're losing. So that's the function of Claude. So right now we're going right into the interview. We're gonna pass it to our host for the interview.
Yes.